Good day, everyone. Welcome to another episode. We podcasting from the Mercure Hotel, the third oil and gas conference, and today we have a very special guest, none other than Ilke Platt. Today, thank you for joining us, Ilke.
Thank you, Max.
And then, I'll do a small. What I know, you are the founder of Poiyah,
Yes.
and the driving force behind the oil and gas conference. And perhaps maybe the viewers will want to know why this. You should stay tuned. In this episode, we'll explore how she organizes such a major industry event, the role of media and communications in the oil and gas space, and what the conference means for the Namibian energy sector. Once again, welcome Ilke Platt, and I don't want to do an injustice to your bio.
Yeah.
Perhaps maybe you can just give us a bit of a background
Sure.
before we get into our discussion.
Great stuff. First and foremost, thank you for the invite. Always great being with the team again, and job well done for the platforms, podcasts that are really important to also showcase to those that didn't make it physically.
Yes.
So as you justified, Ilke Platt, the founder of Poiyah Media. It's a public relations communications agency. We've been around. This is now the second time that we are the public relations communications and the events management company organizing the Namibia Oil and Gas Conference. So this conference, the main host is the Economic Association of Namibia with its strategic partners alongside GEP as well, assisting greatly in terms of, all the key different stakeholders. So like they say, Max, teamwork makes the dream work.
Yes.
So I can't take all the credit.
Exactly, yeah.
So in the industry for over 20 years, broadcasting, our PR agency is slowly but surely reaching 10 years, have been in the corporate space for 10 years prior. And for us, it's about allowing such conversations to reach the mass media and the public. And that's why we're here.
Yeah, absolutely. Just maybe to pick up on where you left off, why would you say is the key reason why you decided to join such a strategic partnership?
It's very important. And not only that, I think it's mutually beneficial.
Yes.
It's always an honor when such partners and organizations see the ability of your organization to handle such a mammoth event. And let's be honest, we have so many conferences, but this is the largest Namibian oil and gas conference that takes place annually. We hit the record of over 1,600 attendees.
Yes.
So managing that for so many, as well as the exhibitors, it's a huge event to put together.
Yes.
We're sitting here now like it's a piece of cake, but it's really prestigious for us, and it's also one of the major events that we have under our portfolio.
Yeah. But how do you even start, Ilke? How do you start organizing all this? Because loose ends. I saw you being very busy from the master class to a technical conference up to the day, leading up to the last day, which is tomorrow. How do you even start to bring something of this magnitude together?
Planning.
Yeah.
They say failing to plan is planning to fail. And it doesn't happen 3 months in advance. It doesn't happen 6 months in advance. It happens the moment we're done, having a post-mortem meeting. And that's why when I say that hosting such an event, you need to have your partners on board to make it seem easy. And that's why with every individual partner with their role, it's very, very important, including the new line ministry as well, from the top of the office of the president. So it's not just one person's role, it's a team effort. Even those that travel from abroad, so many international delegates, the local delegates, corporate sponsors that came on board, it's a team effort. So yes, planning happens way in advance. And number two, it's making sure that you align yourselves with also those that are professionally in that industry to make sure that this event is a success. Not only just a talk shop, but this is where we build connections, network, and also just empowering the narrative around where do we grow the industry.
Absolutely. And I know some big numbers were being thrown there.
Yes.
The first day, over 400, is it international guests that came in?
Yes, just for the first day, and that was the master class.
Yeah, and then in excess of 1,000 people that registered as well.
Correct.
I know this would be maybe an interesting question. What are the challenges logistically and that you face,
Yeah.
because people need to fly in and
Yes.
all of those logistics. How do you bring them together?
There will always be challenges, Max.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
they say that's always our secret business behind the scenes, like
Yeah.
when you're running around. But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, it's by making sure that there's constant communication,
Yeah.
that there's the good stakeholder relations. And that is the key secret recipe. Not only that, this is the third year that we're hosting the Oil and Gas Conference.
Yes.
It's great to see that we've had the same delegates coming back for the third time.
Yeah.
It's great to see that we've had new delegates attending this year. So
Yeah.
it's relationship building. So
Yes.
sometimes when the challenges are there, it's because there's a lack thereof. But I'm
Yeah.
proud to say, with the great establishment, with the key stakeholder relations, it's always good to make sure that it's in good order.
Yeah.
That's why with post-mortem meetings happening
Yeah.
right after this event, it's
Yes.
those fine
Yeah.
small little details, but you need to pay attention to every single detail.
Yeah,
And we look
absolutely.
forward to engaging with the rest. But so far, Max,
Yeah.
how has it been for you?
No, it's actually been excellent. I was actually meaning to ask you the same question, but it was really insightful, and I'm really enjoying myself. All the topics
Yeah.
that are interesting, local participation and the local beneficiation. The content that has been reoccurring was the local content,
Yes.
the one that has been moved under the president's office.
Correct.
And so many other topics, from our Nigerian counterparts, Angola, South Africa, we had them all.
Yes.
And that brings me to my next
Yes.
question. How do you select the speakers and the participants? Because are they, perhaps maybe were they involved from the first edition all the way through, or do you, like you say, you do a post-mortem and you see where you can adjust and select?
A bit of both. It varies. So yes, obviously, because when you have the strategic partners on board, we know those that are the biggest in the industry.
Yeah.
It's very important to know who are those key decision makers in their respective industries. It's important to know who's leading those conversations, not only leading conversations, but those that actually have the authority and the power to make decisions and do the implementation.
Yes.
So that, number one. And also there was a whole proposal session where we asked submissions of proposals, some abstract work, because we don't just want to have the same faces and the same people.
Exactly.
This industry is so small already, especially when you look at the Namibian context. We are only a handful. But that's why it's important to open up this piece of pie and say, maybe you're doing something good in the sector.
Yeah.
And that's why, Max, we felt it was very important to pave the way for the youth
Yes.
during the master class.
Yeah.
We had the Namibia Youth Forum in Energy, led by Faneuil and his brilliant team. It's allowing them to take ownership, because we need to allow ourselves to make sure that we are enhancing those that are starting now to lead in the years to come as well. So it's a mixed approach, knowing who are the industry players, as well as opening the piece of cake or the pie for everyone that's doing good in this respective industry.
Absolutely. And how does Poiyah Media support the energy sector beyond the event?
It's not a once-off. And ironically enough, we align our brands with similar initiatives as well. So it's oil and gas this month. It's the Green Hydrogen Summit next month as well. So we've also been involved under the then Office of the President under James Nupe in 2024. So we synergize and align clients that also share the same space as well. Not only that, I think it's really important that everything that we do, be it green hydrogen, oil and gas, that our paper trail is by saying that our business empowers our own people as well. And I think it's very important to highlight that. As much as we are talking about very highly established profile delegates, we need to see the team behind it. If you see a team of 20 great volunteers, that is our success story. So when we go on to the next conversation as well, yes, it's good to be there with the big corporates, but we also try to tackle the grassroots level. So we need to practice what we preach. We need to allow, when we succeed as well in business, we open up the doors for everyone else. And that's why I think for us, our main focus is how do we allow everybody else to come on the same bandwagon and also progress as well. So I think those are the key highlights when it comes to the kinds of clients, also staying in the same industry, but empowering especially the youth.
I'm posing the same question you asked me, which I actually forgot in our intro. I would like to know, I think you said you only came on board from the second edition.
Yes, correct.
But if you have to compare, do you see some growth? And of course,
I always answer that question based on statistics,
Yeah.
and I always answer that question based on the feedback from the delegates.
Yes.
Somebody asking, "Oh, how's the event?" I ask you, "How was the event?" Because I can't say it because my perspective is way different because I'm behind the scenes. But according to statistics, numbers don't lie. Number one.
Yeah.
Also, number two, when we see the kinds of conversations that we have, the themes that we come up with, the kinds of different target audiences that we're trying to rope in.
Yeah.
Yes, there has been growth. Not only that, look at you supporting us. I mean, we grow from bit to bit. We now have a whole podcast, and we have a lot of also the international coverage, and the local media houses have been very significant with our official media partners on board. But every single year, it does grow. So comparing to last year in terms of growth, yes, but also the quality, which is equally important. We don't usually focus on the quantity, which is great, but what's that impact that we do make? What are those success stories when we come back? If we had a theme which was about maybe perhaps just the skills development, now it's about saying, okay, so how do we put it into action?
Yes.
So I think in terms of the kind of content, we've really progressed, and even the caliber of speakers. Right now, we've even exceeded the amount of speakers as well. And you can see we got a good representation of our female in the industry as well as our youth. So in that regard, I think we have progressed a lot.
Absolutely. As they say, we're moving from exploration to action, and that translates in having clear deliverables going forward that are smart. So they should be measurable, attainable, time-bound. And I think the Office of the Presidency is doing a good job. Also with the NDP 6 and all this national policy. But the question is, how important is media coverage in shaping the perceptions of Namibia in the oil and gas sector?
Very. And I'm not saying that as a communications practitioner. I'm saying that because media has the power to sway perception. When I say perception, anything that is being said by a journalist, be it if that journalist, and we've had over 53 journalists at this specific event itself, only here attending. We're not even talking about the outreach from our online platforms. If we look at that, we have the power to not control, to assist the narrative. And why do I say assist? Because you hear it from the horse's mouth. Many times in the industry when those very, very instrumental individuals, which I call journalists, they have the power to make or break any industry. So yes, correct. That's very, very important. And that's why for us, media plays a significant role. And our number one stakeholder, apart from the Office of the President, all the higher delegates, are the mouthpieces. So that when somebody reads about it, when somebody listens to us on the radio, when somebody hears about it, that narrative is the truth and the correct. And the brilliant thing about the discussions is that we've had a balanced narrative. We had those from civil society, and I loved all those discussions, like from your Robin Sherborns, saying from that perspective. But then we also have the industry players, the corporate, and then we have the youth. We have let's say the playing field to allow journalists to hear every single perspective from who is telling the story, but also educating as well.
There's a phrase that Sherborn used that I would like to just...
About the idiot? The informed idiot?
He said he's an idiot, that half an idiot,
but
something.
I'm the informed idiot. I love this presentation.
That was funny. And he mentioned something else where he said capital is shy.
Yes.
And I discussed it with R&B, and then they said it's actually true, because capital like to go where it knows that it will be coming back again in terms of repayment. But that's just...
that's a story for another day. I don't want to now become like the mining expert. Let me stick to my day job.
Ilke, what role do sponsorships and partnerships play in making the conference a success?
A lot. A big role. There are so many things that need finances, resources. We can't get all of these people together if we don't have the resources, from hotels to everything that comes to even wall banners, so everything, the water, proudly sponsored by those sponsors. So they play a critical role, and that's why it's so important. When you ask me about the challenges, when you ask me about, how has the event gone, it's important to maintain that level of also maintaining the sponsors. Not only that, but opening it up for even other potential sponsors. So yes, they play a vital role. It just can't be the host, the Economic Association of Namibia. It can't just be done by government, the ministry itself. off. No, we need to have a lot of role players to help financially. Not only financially, it can also be in a form of, let's say, in kind. What are those things that you can assist with? It doesn't have to be monetary, but that can help the event as well.
Yeah.
So it plays a critical role, Max.
Critical role, exactly.
And we appreciate our sponsors.
Yeah. I would just like to hear from Ilke the way forward. Say maybe mid, long term, the next 2-5 years. What can Namibians expect from Poiyah Media? Great. What can they expect in terms of the oil and gas and any other issue around surround the ecosystem of oil and gas energy sector?
So on behalf of the oil and gas, I believe you spoke to our chairperson, our CEO already, but I'm sure in terms of a PR and a marketing strategy, it's important to maintain. We can't put in so much effort and then it probably, dies down in the next couple of years. That's why maintaining conversations are very important. Maybe the how would change in the near future as we go digital, as things are evolving day by day, and how do we also adapt to the new trends? I think those are the really critical things from a oil and gas perspective. But on behalf of Poiyah Media, these are meaningful platforms for us. Not only this, but this leads to other opportunities. This also leads to other partnerships, collaborations. And I think it's really important to say that with Poiyah Media, it's not only just the Namibian context. We've seen how many different African countries, how many international delegates. And for us, we want to remain that custodian that brings meaningful conversations from Namibia to the rest of the world and vice versa. Absolutely. And that's what we love to see.
Absolutely. So as we're wrapping up, any final words that you have for the viewers or anything that I might have left out that you want to add to our discussion?
Max, well, instead of just final, concluding remarks, again, let me applaud you and the team. Thank you to the Ministry of Information Communication Technology for being proactive, coming on board. It's because of sponsors like you too. These are your resources. We're allowed to share that story. So kudos to you. Let me first give you your flowers while you and the team are here. And then thank you. And then I think secondly, it's not just an individual event. It's everybody. Not only those that were here, but those that are around in our country. We've heard the message from the Office of the President. It's those from the grassroots level that need to benefit. It's not us with the beautiful suits that look all fancy. It's about how do our own Namibians benefit from that. And sometimes it seems like, it's an old hook. We've been repeating the same story as well. But sometimes it's like having that seed. That tree will only grow years later. This is the analogy that my late father always gave too. We might not be seeing or enjoying the shade or the shadow of the tree now, but if we plant something now, our next generation, our children, my children's children, this is for them. So I know that we're always very, very fast to see impact now, but good things really take some time. And once your foundation is laid very, very well, I think we are in good, capable hands with our new Office of the President as well, and our new team that came on board as well, not changing the narrative like they said at the Speaker's Lounge, but by saying how do you continue things that have been already planted and keep on watering it. And I think that is very important for all of us to understand. And we want to be part of that narrative.
Excellent. That actually just also I just want to thank you very much. I was asking the ladies earlier, how do you guys do it? When you text, the turnaround is very quick. They reply within a minute, even though they have so many things to, even yourself. So I would like to say, keep up the good work.
We love to hear that.
And then I would like to put you on the spot and then just conclude for us.
Okay. Well, that's a wrap. Thank you very much for joining us. I'm not going to take over his position right now, but on behalf of everyone here, thank you so much to the team. It was a wonderful podcast from myself, Ilke Platt. Not only me, but the team behind Poiyah Media, Naledi, Indaleni, Patrina, and all of our volunteers. I'm just trying to look pretty, but I've got a whole team behind me. Thank you so much.
Thank you.